Hello, everybody. This is Bugsy, and I feel like it's time for me to actually talk to you guys about uh, the not the working title on my gaming guys. I'm gonna think of something better, and we're just gonna go with that. And I'm gonna just rechange everything. If we don't get too far, I'm just gonna change it to its actual title soon. But I want to explain why I felt like I wanted to make this series. Okay, first things first. I felt like making this series simply because, well, when I looked at the VR events with Neptune and the others, I don't know. It just kind of sparked something inside of me, and it just made me think, hmm, what would it be like if the player character that they talk to in these VR events actually came to basically, he came to them. The whole adding another Bugsy to my just gigantic Bugsy verse, which is something I wanted to do because I do shit on a whim, and personally, I think since I'm setting up this gigantic, massive universe of different Bugsies from different other backgrounds, I thought this would be the perfect time to push that initiative forward for something even greater. But originally, I was just gonna make maybe a few, but like a few stories. But then I decided, you know what? I'm doing like three. I'm doing like two series of like different things. I'm doing like Sonic Freedom Fighters, which is more action adventure. I'm doing Rama, which has a lot of action and a little bit of romance, but more actiony in itself. But I wanted to just bite the bullet and actually make something a little bit more spice of life with some action and some fan servicey kind of moments. Also, I was kind of tempted to do a Darkwing Duck story, but I pulled away from that because I'm working on too many things at once here, and I need to just fucking stop myself. I've seen online that no one has ever done what I'm about to do before, which I kind of like. I don't want to be. I'd rather be fucking original than being known as the guy who copied this guy. You know what I mean? And most of the things you're gonna see is part half Neptune stuff and half stuff from my own canon. So yeah, especially in the first episode. The first episode is just. I know the first episode is kind of the first part of the episode is kind of a big expedition dump. But basically, it's just summing up everything, and then we're gonna get to the actual episode in the first episode, and it's just gonna be great. And I set up that all the other the guys is love Bugsy G for some for whatever reason that he was talking to them for. With Noir, it's the fact that he's always going to be there for her. With Bert, she actually has someone she kind of does love. With Blanc, they're kind of kindred spirits in the fact that they write. With Neptune, it's more of the fact that they share a love for actually playing video games and loving retro consoles, which I gotta be I'm guilty of because I bought I bit the bullet. Um, I bit the bullet on my. I bit the bullet towards my. I bit the bullet towards my birthday and bought myself a Dreamcast, and I'm building my Dreamcast library up, man. So yeah, it can relate. The thing is, I can tapping into that was easy. Now he does go with Blanc. He does go with Blanc first because him and Blanc kind of, they kind of connect. You know, and even my little videos where I'm just kind of getting you acquainted with this version of the Prime Bugsy, or this alternate version of him, you get to see that this Bugsy is a lot different from the Prime Bugsy you see in all the other videos. Sometimes in major ways, sometimes in drastic ways. But the one thing that they both share, I would say, is the fact that they both kind of have a kind of underlying sort of sadness to them. One overcomes its sadness a little bit. The other is the other blames himself for stuff that he couldn't control. So, and G's the kind of person that blames himself for stuff he couldn't even fathom the control. And I would say the person he opens up the most to is, I would say it's kind of implied because when I wrote this, he basically tells Vert stories, and I would wager, if I'm, when I go deep into this, that he actually did tell Vert, basically what happened to him, the fact that he used to have family, and the fact that he basically lost them to the ultimate. So she kind of has a kind of respect. It kind of feels a little sorry for Bugsy, but also she wants to love him. She wants to love him really, really bad. It borders really on the sexual side. Like you thought Bert's love for little sisters was bad. Ooh, wait until I get to the beach episode. You guys are gonna see some. You guys are gonna freaking see and read some shit, and I mean that shit. I mean that, like, the lengths that Vert is willing to go to basically screw our one of our main one of our main protagonists. And Bugsy G is gonna be Vert, so this is like so awkward for him. But then Neptune, in this episode will actually even say like so. So she asks him like, "So you like Vert now?" He's like, "No, I mean it's complicated and stuff." And he goes, "Neptune, what do you really feel about me?" Because that one conversation we had, you never really gave me a full-on answer. Every time I bring it up, you would just kind of push it under the rug. Tell me. And trust me, guys, what you're gonna hear from that episode from Neptune. I can't really get any voice actresses yet for this, so most of these episodes are gonna be kind of unvoiced with text for most of it. And then maybe when I get a new laptop or computer, I'm gonna use Source Filmmaker, and I'm gonna see if I can try my hand at animating it, because I kind of do know how to animate with Source Filmmaker. It's I remember how to do it, and I can try to do something with that. The only problem is I'd have to get an actual custom model of Bugsy John, of old Bugsy G, which is gonna be kind of hard. Which I don't feel like fucking around with Demo Man and making him look like myself. It just kind of, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, and I kind of want to make this series into it. I kind of want to make more like little spin-off things with this series, like spin-off videos, like you know, like like um like Bugsy, like 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 lo- like Chaos Lord and Goddess Plays, which would be a series where where they are actually canon. Like I don't do that shit where it's like, oh, this little side video isn't canon. It will be, and like the first person that that Bugsy G even plays with is Vert. And I had it set up like it happens right after the beach episode. Like canonically, it would happen right after the beach episode. Everybody. So through the video, it just gets kind of uncomfortable because it's implied that they'd be sitting together, and it's just real uncomfortable. It's like, Vert, why are you trying to tempt me so much?
I think that's a good idea. You know, making the goddesses, having a god going in there when they're in their goddess mode, or talking to them like that.
No,
It will provide some diversity.
They're gonna be in their regular CPU forms. They're only gonna be in their goddess forms when they fight. But I bet you folks at home are really enjoying some of this. So probably just think this is a bad idea because I have my own interpretation how the goddesses are kind of gay for each other and blah 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 blah. But listen, the Hyper Neptunia series has so many different, well, not really concrete timelines and alternate universes. I just say count this as another alternate universe. And no, the goddesses are not going to be damsels in distress. Though in the first episode, Bugsy G does save them from from a lackey of an old enemy of his. But they're not going to be like damsels in distress. Like we're not going to see Bert posted up like a princess, although that's probably going to be a little bit of a fetish. Let's do it. I'm going to bring Plutia also into the series too, but I want you all to know when I do that, the shipping for that is probably either going to go through the roof or go pretty much down because we all know Plutia's other side. We all know Plutia's other freaking side now. Like Plutia, I had like this idea. Plutia actually does like Bugsy G, and she does get involved from in like a few other episodes. I was thinking of making like, what if it was an anime and I made it an OVA? And that's where that's where Plutia and Bugsy would technically meet. And yeah, she likes him so. Like she gets turned on to him so much, she goes straight into Iris Heart mode, and things gets a little bit more explicit. And I may just put it on Daily Motion because YouTube would fucking kill me and this channel if I put what I think should be on here. Oh my god, the amount of it. And the funny thing is that when she's Iris Heart, she's dominating people. I thought to myself, what if G dominated her? How would that work? You know, just thoughts that
I'm sorry.
Ugh. Guys, hold on.
Okay.
Anyways, folks,
I'm sorry. Aren't you talking to Annie?
we're actually doing a video and talking.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
He got mad. Sorry again. He thinks it's something gross in there. It's just water. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
My mother, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, bye.
Oh God, my mother, ladies and gentlemen. Anyways, folks, I've been working on this series so hard today. Just posting it on Amino, doing different things. But let's get back to the Plutia and Iris Heart stuff. Because I feel like that's important right now, and I think that's going to be pretty fun. But anyways, yeah. With Plutia would, like, as Iris Heart, she would kind of get a sex scene with old Bugsy G, simply because I kind of want it to happen. But I'd be like, because I think it would either happen. There's like two ways where I think this would happen. She basically forces herself on the Bugsy J, and like he's not into it at first. He's like, as long as the others don't find out, I think I'm going to be fine. Or he doesn't go through with it, and the simple fact that he won't take her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, getting down and nerdy and all that dominatrix shit. She wants him even more because of that. Like, she doesn't even stay into her. She's not even in her regular form at this point. She's literally stuck being Iris Heart until he's like ready to bang her. I thought that this probably will not make it into the actual show, but I do kind of like the idea. Because I've never seen any of the goddesses stay in their form for an extended period of time. And I think that's kind of interesting within itself. And the reason behind it is even more funny. And and she's like, and you think Blanc is protective of Bugsy G when you see the first episode? Oh, Plutia Iris Heart is super protective of him. Like I wouldn't say to yonder kind of level, but it's pretty up there. It's pretty fucking up there. I kind of did a few concept ideas about that, but yeah, and she actually de-transforms for a minute and actually says to Bugsy G while everybody's like having this picnic. She goes. She says, "Take me over there by those bushes." And Bugsy G just looks and he goes, "Plutia, no, Jesus, and Pico's right here, Jesus." But here's the greater question that you all want to figure out. Here's the real greater question you all need to figure out. But here's the greater question you all want to figure out. Who does Bugsy G actually love, and who will he actually end up with? That's gonna be the $1,000,000 question, because it's gonna go through so many twists and turns and even more twists and more turns than you could ever freaking think. And even if you think the canon ship is what you think it is, it's not. It's gonna go through so many different freaking things, man. And even the goddesses themselves, you think they're competitive now? Wait until they have someone to actually fight for. You know, the thing is, Bugsy G, unlike version of the Prime version, hasn't killed the Ultimate. And because of that, and because of his little minion and him being here somewhere, he wants to stay, mostly because he does love Blanc. Well, that's how it starts. And then because that the Ultimate's here, he finds that he can never have real actual. He finds out he can never really find. He can never really have peace as long as he's there. But yeah, But let's just say there's gonna be an episode where he's literally like they are literally close to banging. Like it's like a thin little line that almost gets crossed because let's just say boobs were grabbed and people were looking at each other's eyes. And Vert basically wants him to do it. He's like, oh, Vert, if I would have met you first, this would probably be a different story. It would probably been a real different story. If I didn't meet Blanc when I did, and I met you first, probably would have been different. Who knows? And then Bugsy G walks out of the lean box. It's like, ah, God, I could have did that. I could have did that. Why must I be the good guy and not the fucking jerk? Oh yeah, because Bugsy Prime is writing this. Fuck. Okay, but I want this series to be a whole lot of fun. You know, something we all can enjoy as Neptunia fans, and just have a little fun with. And a lot of you are probably wondering, what am I going to do with R4? Well, I can't really tell anybody about what I'm going to do to R4, but it's kind of interesting because it comes from the ending that isn't canon anymore. And no, I'm not talking about the one where Netgear fucking kills everybody with the fucking sword. We don't talk about that ending. It doesn't exist. Even though it exists in the other games, to me, it's not constant. It has no continuity. Maybe I'll do it for a Halloween episode, but yeah, not seeing it actually making like a difference. I'll probably just bringing that Netgear to this version of this timeline and seeing how that whole experience of killing everybody she knew and loved kind of fucked her up, just so she can take out R4. Stuff like that. The thing about this show is I'm having so many different ideas and so many different things at play in my mind that I'm just working out and seeing if they actually work. It's so good, and it's not like I don't have these kinds of things with Ramen Forever Rivals. With Ramen Forever Rivals, I had to really try hard to keep the characters true to what they are. And Sonic Freedom Fighters, I want to make that the best thing it could be. But with Hybrid Dimensions, I can be a little, I can still keep the characters true, but I can be a little bit more lax because personally because the Hyperdimension Neptunia series doesn't have a concrete timeline. I found this out by looking at another video, and I was like, yes, yes. So literally, I would say if it was canonically linked to anything, I'd say it would happen right after fuck. Let's just say right after VVR, but in its own little timeline. What else? What else can I tell you guys? Yeah, and the ultimate, if you don't know from my actual canon, the ultimate is like the ultimate is Bugsy's Eel Barthon, his reverse Flash. Well, so is Raph, but I would say the ultimate's like that on a very deeper level. He's that on a very deeper level because of what he is and what he's done. Because like the actual canon version of the Ultimate, he's Bugsy's half brother. He feels like everything that Bugsy has ever gotten and won and struggled for should be his because he feels like he's the rightful person that should he's the rightful person that should have had all these things. And when he sees that he's actually taught the goddesses, because yeah, during the VR chats, during the VR events, he has been watching him. And no, I'm not and this is not a spoiler. This is just kind of what I'm gonna say, because it's gonna be conveyed in the first episode. But basically, what happens? Uh, he's like, no, no. How how can you have everything when I've taken everything from you? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'll take I'll take everything from you again, and then I will revel in your despair once again. So yeah, he's a little bit like, I would say this Ultimate has a little bit of Raph and a little bit of himself in there. If you don't know who Raph is, he's like the evil Bugsy in the prime continuity of my videos. But yeah, I just said fuck it, I'm combining both of them. I have a lot of things that are going to be worked on in this series, but for right now, you're only going to get like pictures and text and other things. And I know it's not much, but but maybe I'll find someone who would actually want to animate this and like Source Filmmaker along with me. You know, then it actually would be pretty cool. But for right now, we're just gonna kind of keep the series like that. And maybe call the one that's gonna be animated in like Source Filmmaker, like oh my god, it's Plus or something. Something cool. Something cool that adds on to it. You know what I mean? And yes, this is a fan series, so even when I do join Frederator, it will not be monetized. No, it will not. It will be unmonetized because it's fan series, and I can't. I ain't gonna catch the heat for just wanting to monetize it. But kids, I want you all to know that I'm gonna try my damnedest to make this show the best thing it could ever possibly be. Like, even though you're reading it and looking at pictures and text and whatnot, you can actually feel like you're seeing it. You're in that world. You're watching. You're seeing things unfold and shit. I'm gonna try my damnedest to make it the best thing it can, even though I can't really animate it right now because my computer is kind of. I love this laptop, but it's kind when it comes to like trying to animate something in Source Filmmaker, it's kind of ass. It's ass. It's literal ass. But hey, more stuff is going to be on the way on this channel. More shows, and actually, to be honest, All My Gaming Guys is supposed to launch launch this whole directive I'm going on with the channel and having different series at different points of the day, like an actual network. And also promos. There's going to be actual promos. With, there's going to be actual promos, like kind of like Cartoon Network. There's so many things I got planned. Just stay tuned for it. Peace.